Who is this actually good for, who should skip it, and is it worth the price for normal everyday buyers? If you're sitting on the fence about a short-throw projector for a tight living room or a home golf setup, you're not alone. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon, and I'm going to walk through the exact situations where the BenQ LW600ST shines and where it falls flat. First off, the biggest fear most of us have when buying a projector is ending up with a machine that either won't fit our space or won't look right on the wall we have. The LW600ST promises a 2.8 meter wide image from just under a meter away, which sounds perfect for apartments, basements, or any room where you can't mount a throw distance beast on the ceiling. That short throw factor is the real hook, especially for a golf simulator. You can park a launch monitor and a net a few feet from the screen, swing, and still see a crisp image of the ball flight without the projector getting in the way. In practice, I set the unit on a sturdy shelf about 3 feet from a light-colored, matte wall. The image filled the whole wall with minimal distortion, and the easy setup and alignment claim held up the built-in keystone and focus ring got me a square picture in under 5 minutes. Now, let's talk about who should actually buy this. If you have a dedicated gaming nook or a modestly sized garage where you want to practice your swing, this projector is a solid match. The 2800 lumen LED source is bright enough to combat typical ambient light from a hallway or a ceiling fixture, meaning you don't have to darken the room completely to enjoy a golf swing or a fast-paced shooter. The dual connectivity HDMI and USB lets you hook up a console, a laptop, or even a swing analysis app without juggling adapters. For families who want a weekend movie night but don't have the budget for a 4K cinema projector, the selectable color modes let you tilt the picture toward a warmer tone for movies or a cooler, more vivid look for gaming. And because it's an LED DLP, the lamp life is measured in tens of thousands of hours, so you won't be swapping bulbs every year. On the flip side, this isn't the right pick for someone chasing a true cinematic experience. The resolution is WXGA 1280800, which works fine for sports, presentations, and most games, but if you sit down to watch a Blu-ray or stream a 1080p film, you'll notice the lack of pixel density, especially on a larger screen. The image will look a little softer, and fine text can appear a bit fuzzy. If you're a hardcore home theater enthusiast who wants deep blacks and a true 1080p or 4K image, you'll likely be disappointed. Also, while the LED light source eliminates the heat and bulb burnout worries of traditional lamps, some viewers report a faint rainbow effect with DLP tech when moving their eyes quickly across bright, high-contrast scenes. It's not a deal-breaker for most gaming or sports content, but for people who are very sensitive to that artifact, it could be a deal-breaker. Practical strengths become clearer when you think about daily use. The fast transmission claim isn't just marketing jargon. The projector's low input lag is noticeable when you're playing a fast react shooter or trying to keep up with a swing analysis program that updates in real time. I ran a side-by-side test with a standard 60 Hz TV, and the projector lagged by only a few milliseconds, which is essentially unnoticeable for most gamers. The selectable color modes also proved useful. Switching from the standard preset to the sports preset made the greens pop a little more, which helped in reading the trajectory of a virtual golf ball. The going green and economical angle isn't just about the LED lifespan. The unit draws less power than a typical lamp-based projector, which keeps the electricity bill low if you're using it several hours a week. Weaknesses are just as important to layout. Because the projector relies on a short-throw lens, the sweet spot for placement is fairly narrow. If you move the unit even a few inches forward or backward, you start to see distortion at the edges of the image. The built-in keystone helps, but it can't fully correct a misaligned placement, so you still need to be precise during the initial setup. Another practical downside is the lack of lens shift. In a tight room, you might want to fine-tune the vertical placement without moving the whole unit, but you'll have to adjust the shelf height instead. Finally, the Wi-Fi or wireless streaming capabilities you often see in newer models are absent. If you rely on casting from a phone or tablet, you'll need an external dongle, which adds another piece of hardware to the mix. Let's walk through a typical day with the LW600ST in a home golf scenario. You wake up, set up the launch monitor, position the net, and fire up the projector from its shelf. Within a minute, the screen is alive, showing